Hey everyone, welcome back to Money Chats with Shalise. My name is Shalise. Welcome back to the podcast. We are on episode number 8. Can you guys believe episode number 8? But we're going to keep chugging along now. Again, my church announcements. You guys know I have to do these announcements every time I post podcast episodes on Tuesdays and Saturdays. On Tuesdays, I post at 6 p.m. Eastern. On Saturdays is 3 p.m. Eastern. I will not have a podcast episode this coming Saturday. So I am going to be having fun in the most magical place on earth. So I will not be putting a podcast up. I'm going to try to put like a little clip if I can remember to do so, like to, stop in and say, hey, I'm here on this channel. But if I don't, you guys will know. Also, if you are new to this channel and you found me via the algorithm, I do have 2 other YouTube channels. I have a main channel, which is Mommy Trader. I talk about investing, wealth building, finances, the economy, things like that. And I have a cash stuffing channel as well. Both of those channel links are down below. So make sure you go on over and check those out. And if you are coming from either one of those channels, thank you so much for supporting me over here. If you would like to support the podcast even further, I have a buy me a coffee and just some other ways that you can support as well. And I do want to say thank you guys so much because I do appreciate it. So you guys saw the title, and this will not be a long podcast today. I have a couple of other things I have to do. But this will be around between 10 and 15 minutes, like short and sweet. But you saw the title, right? The price of peace. And this was a concept that I had heard of a couple years back in terms of, and really from like a wealth building book. And a lot of the wealth building books, especially Rich Dad Poor Dad, touches on this topic, on this concept, the price of peace. And, one of the things that I learned, because when I first heard of it, I was like, I mean, really, the price of peace? What is that? And then as I continue to read, as I continue to manage our finances, I quickly understood what the term meant. And, it's anything, the things that we want in life, the things that we feel will make our lives easier, help us to get to our goals quicker, to experience things in this world, to, provide our children with a better life than what we had. That all costs money, right? At the end of the day, you just need money to survive. Now, we're not talking about worshiping money or making money a god or an idol. However, we are talking about the fact that we have to learn how to use money as a tool, right? To live, to survive, to build wealth, but also to attain peace. I can tell you guys, and I'll just give you an example. When, I grew up in the inner city, right? I mean, you probably have heard of it go by many names, the hood, the ghetto. I mean, whatever you want to call it, there was an extreme poverty area outside in a major city. We just didn't have access to many things. Grocery stores were very scarce. There were like corner stores, or sometimes they'll call them poppy stores, convenience stores. There were no like actual grocery stores. We never had banks, like an actual bank. It was always check cashing places or things like that. And don't get me started on like crime and all of that. So to protect your peace and the price of peace, what it motivated my husband and I to do was to, as we, became of age, we would get good jobs to move to a place where it would, allow us to have the peace that we yearned so much for when we were young. And again, when you do that, that has a cost. There's a price to that. Again, the price of peace. If you want to move to a nicer location, if you want a nicer home, if you're trying to get in a nicer school district, guess what? The price of peace, that costs money. There's a reason why certain neighborhoods are so much more expensive than others. It's because of peace, right? It's that cost to be safe, which when you think about it, kind of sucks. Like you got to pay money to be safe, but in this world, in this economic environment that we're in, yeah, yes, yeah, it costs money. The price of peace, right? And so that's what we did. I mean, like I said, I grew up in those conditions. My husband did too. And we knew that we wanted to have something better, not just for ourselves, but for our children as well. We wanted them to be able to go outside and I could be at peace knowing I wouldn't hear bullets. I mean, that's a very real thing. I don't know if many of you ever seen someone shot before or die before or drugs before, but this is a very, very real thing in the inner city. This is something I was exposed to at a super young age, and it was normal. But as I grew up, I realized I did not want that. That's a very chaotic way of living. That's a very stressful state, and I wanted peace. So I knew to the price of peace, to protect my peace, I had to go somewhere where I knew I could have that. And also, the price of peace can come in ways of like just convenience, right? Some people, for them, having, a maid come in the house, a professional home cleaner, maybe 2 times a month, that's peaceful for them because they can then focus their time on something else. Sometimes people will have a cook, or even not even just something that extreme. Maybe just, get what is that called? Like Green Chef, or one of these places where they send you the meals, the full meal kit in the mail, and all you got to do is literally follow the instructions and put them together. Like, I've had that before, and it's so convenient. You're getting a variety of different types of dishes. They're healthy for you. It's good, and it's always fun to see like what you're having for dinner that night. Well, for some people, that gives them peace because it's one less thing that they have to kind of be concerned about. If you're working all day, you have children, spouse, activities, goodness gracious, a lot of activities, and just a whole lot of things going on. Having something that may cost you some money, like, a private chef or a cook, or even just having those home delivery meal options, that's peaceful to people, and there's a price to that, right? Because nothing is free. And so I truly understand that. One of the things that I had to learn was what brings me peace may not be peaceful to someone else, and it's not my place to judge people if they decide to do things with their money that, may bring them peace, but not me. For some people, traveling is a peaceful outlet for them. Like, if they're in a constant chaotic state, if their job is super, super stressful, they're always on the go. Just being able to just take a vacation once a quarter, that's peaceful for them. But that has a price to it. So a lot of people will make sacrifices in certain areas so that they can, afford that peace. A lot of people that take these vacations are budgeting. They are sacrificing luxury handbags, luxury clothing items, so that they can go ahead and go on their, once in a quarter trip, to wherever they want to go. So, sacrifice is a big part of it. I know for my husband and I, we sacrifice doing certain things so that we can experience others. I'll tell you this. One of the things we stopped doing a while ago, but just talking about this most recent Christmas, is stop giving our children a whole lot of just stuff. Give them a couple of things, something to wear, read, need, and something that they wanted, and like a stocking or something. And, really talk to our children, because I think if you talk to them, you'll be surprised how much children understand, and you can get, their feedback as well. But my family and I really prefer having experiences over stuff. We would rather not have gifts and be able to just travel and experience a new city, a new state, or a new country. That to me is peaceful because I can step away from the monotony and the normal of the hectic everyday life, that many of us have. And we can just literally focus on experiencing something new, meeting new people, trying and eating new things. That's amazing to me. But again, the price of peace, that costs. Some people, like my husband, for example, he loves cars. I particularly don't have, a preference. I just want something that, look halfway decent and has air conditioning. I mean, I'm just being honest here. So, he can stay outside for hours and just wash the car, fix the car, work on the car, just out there for hours. And though he's working, that's peaceful to him. That's an outlet to him. Whereas to me, I like going to Disney. That's a peaceful outlet to me because I can go there and not have to think about, just taking kids to school and picking kids up and paying bills and, hecticness, just of everyday life. And so we make sacrifices to have those things. We make sacrifices to get rental properties. And then from that income, we can do other things that will give us, a more peaceful state, like going to the hairdresser. Some people don't mind doing their own hair, but again, the price of peace, it brings me peace to have a professional who knows what they're doing, who's tried and true to just handle the hair versus me. Because to me, knowing how to do hair is a gift, and I don't have that gift. And I recognize that it's okay, and you prioritize different things so that you can have whatever brings you fulfillment. And again, I learned a long time ago to not judge what people, what brings people peace. Because if going, let's say, to this Beyonce concert brings you peace, you will be okay with spending $1,000 on her ticket. I don't find Beyonce peaceful, but again, it's not my path. It's not my journey. They say personal finance is personal. That is so important. One of the dangerous things about social media is that it will have you trying to achieve someone else's version of peace. That is not how this goes. You have to figure out what actually brings you joy. I can tell you, like, I'm about to get YouTube Premium. I am starting to realize I want that. Like, not even just so much I just want it, but it'll help me just watch videos a little bit quicker because I don't have to deal with all the ads. To me, that's peaceful because it's not chaotic, and there's nothing wrong with having the free version of YouTube. But I realize, as a person who is a content creator on YouTube, I just prefer to have YouTube Premium because I can work out to music on my phone. I don't have to worry about YouTube stopping because I minimize the app. Or if I'm watching videos and all of that, I don't have to worry about all of the long ads. I can just enjoy the content, support, the people who I want to support, and just kind of, keep it moving. So that's something that I'm going to do. We also have Disney Plus. That brings me peace because I enjoy watching some of the movies on there. Netflix as well. My husband and I just binge watched, I think it was called The Night Agent, which we really, really did like. That brings us peace, but some people it may not. And that's perfectly okay. Professionally, I mean, the price of peace. If having a higher income is going to bring you peace in your budget, guess what? You may have to pay for a certification. You may have to go back to school and maybe pay for a master's degree. Maybe pay to go to a seminar or a conference so that you can go and network with different people. Those will all get you to your ultimate goal of a higher income so that you can what? Again, have more peace. So, really understanding and learning about this concept of the price of peace has been really interesting. And I fully agree with it because I want to be able to enjoy my life in this world. We're all here for a short period of time. And as much as I love investing and saving for retirement and all that, I also budget for peace. We have a couple of vacations. I'm going to Disney this week. That costs money. A beach trip. We're going to visit family. We have so much stuff planned between now and September, minimum, like 4 different things. Why? Because to us, that's peace. So that's the podcast episode for today. I told you guys it was going to be short and sweet. Let me know down below, what you're thinking about this, what your opinion is about it. The price of peace. Is there anything that you are just willing to pay for? You are willing to go the extra mile. You're willing to keep in your budget because it brings you peace, because it provides you, with one less thing to have to kind of be concerned with or worry about, and you can focus your energy and your time on something else. So yes, guys, make sure you like the podcast. Make sure you leave me a comment. The algorithm loves engagement. Again, I have a sale running on my website, mt1finance.com. I have the investing study groups, which are back. So if you want to know how to live on dividends and withdrawal rates and taxes and all of that, sign up for those groups. Everything is in a description box below. That sale ends this Saturday, April 1st. So make sure you go and take advantage of that. Again, if you want to support the podcast, my Buy Me a Coffee link is down below. I will give you a shout out if you do that. So thank you to all of you. And yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Don't forget, I'm not making an episode this Saturday because I will be on vacation. But hope you guys are doing great and well. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye for now.